Where did that move come from? Because that was the first time we really saw that in a pressure-packed situation.
Well, yeah, not really. I stole it from Kent Nilsson. He did it in the World Championship 1989, I think, against Van Beesbrook in Sweden, the United States in the Globe Arena. And I watched it, and I practiced a few times in practices. And I actually did it in the Swedish League once. Of course, I missed, but
so is he pissed off that you're on the stamp and he's not?
No, I don't think so. That I stole moves from everybody, but I think he was happy that Sweden won the goal. I don't think he was mad at me.
Peter, we had Mike Modano on the other day, and he mentioned that he needed to pull over his car when he was told about his induction. How about you?
Of course, it's a big thing. I was really, really happy and didn't really know what was going on there. Some reporter wrote in the Swedish paper he called me a week before and said I got inducted. And I'm like, what? I had no clue. He was a week early. He read on the TSN or something that was
Sportsnet. Sportsnet.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I've been gone for too long now, I guess. So many things happen. But then, coming close, of course, I knew it was coming up, and it was really, really, of course, happy to get inducted. And of course, I had such a hard time in the last few years, and when you get inducted in such a thing, it really highlights the good part of your career, and so it's a huge thing for me coming over, and of course I met Börje Salming and Mats Sundin last week, and they're here from here, and they know how big it is, and I'm excited to be here.
Peter, I go back to 95, 96 when we played. I was with Florida, and we played against you in the finals, and I think how young you were at that time and how dominant you were in that playoff run. I mean, you're coaching against you, and I was saying to the guys earlier, Sakic comes one shift, you come the next shift. I mean, you couldn't match up against that duo from a coaching perspective. It was that dominant a duo.
Well, I was actually very fortunate to play in the same team as Sakic. I think it made it so good for both of us because, like you said, it was hard for teams to match up with both lines, and we're always mad that we never get to play with each other. But I think it was a good thing that it was a 1-2 line, and it was tough to match. Of course, I think you guys beat the Pittsburgh Penguins in the semifinals. They didn't have such a bad duo either.
No, it was marvelous coaching in that run. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Peter Forsberg is with us, about to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame, along with the likes of Rob Blake, Dominic Hasek, Mike Modano, Pat Burns going in posthumously, and Bill McCreary. Darren Millard here with Nick Kyprios and Doug MacLean.
Hey, Peter, we remember that huge trade with involving Eric Lindros, and we knew some bigger names based on their history in the NHL, like Hextall and Mike Ricci, but we really didn't know much about you. We knew that you were a great prospect, and people talked highly about you. But do you remember coming in off of that trade and really feeling any pressure at all to try to live up to what you were up against Lindros?
I didn't have any pressure at all, I thought, from that one, because I was one of, I guess, 5 players and a couple of draft picks and $15 million. I mean,
the $50 million took all the pressure off.
I didn't feel any pressure. It was really easy for me to come in the Nordics organization too. They've been struggling for a long time, and there was not a whole lot of pressure on the team either. So everybody was just kind of happy that we won a game. So I think I came in perfect situation. I was there also for only a month, and then was a lockout. I got to go home and work on my game a little bit more and know how much I needed to work when I came home too. For those couple 3 months, I was home to come back and play again, and then only 48 games the first season. So for me, it was not a whole lot of pressure from the outside at all. I didn't feel that. We had a young team, and we're getting better, everybody. So for me, it was an awesome situation to come in. And to be honest, Quebec was a lot like my home team, Eric, also. There's a lot of snow and small team market. So I thought I ended up in a perfect situation. No pressure at all.
What was we're with Peter Forsberg going into the Hockey Hall of Fame weekend coming up. What do you think your greatest game was?
One specific game?
Yeah.
One specific game. one period that was good. I think I had 20 minutes down in Florida once, and I scored 6 points. We were losing 5-0. We came back and beat them 7-5, and I think I had the last 20 minutes, 1 minute left of the second period, and 20 minutes from there on at 6 points. I think that was the best run.
Yeah, I was gone then.
Doug, you were gone by then?
I was gone then, yeah.
But to help out Doug there, I maybe the second game of the playoff there when I scored a hat trick in the first period too.
Yeah, I didn't like that one so well.
But it was, to be honest, in that game it was all open. They had no defense. They hadn't scouted us at all, so it was good.
Yeah, it was bad. I was glad when that was. You know, you look up at the clock and say, "Please, clock, move a little faster."
I've always respected Peter's game and loved it, but I'm liking him a lot more right now. The way he's throwing some jabs over
he's
there.
giving me some shots. Peter, you think back to your career and ask Mike this a tough question, like who's the best player you've ever played with?
Oh, played with?
Yeah.
For the longest time, I would maybe say Joe, because I played such a long time with him, and he had everything in the game. He awesome shot, but he also saw the game. He's fast, and he was also a guy that wanted to win. I think every game, and I think every player that came into Colorado, the Avalanche organization, they knew that they came there to win hockey games, not just to play golf or have fun. They knew with Joe there, and I remember him just wanted to win all the time, and every single game, he's the first guy in the gym. And so maybe I would say with Joe as a forward, of course, we played with Blakey and Bork as a defenseman and Patrick as a goalie, but it's hard to compare. But it's a forward over a long period of time. It's hard to mention one guy, but Joe was he's such a good player, such a great guy, and it's hard to say somebody else.
It was pretty funny this weekend in Chicago. I ran into Adam Foote at a midget tournament watching, and his boys now all of a sudden are real hockey prospects in the U.S. And
you're trying to be their agents?
No.
You
and Adam, so anyway, Footer was a pretty valuable guy too with you, wasn't he?
Absolutely. He well, you need kind of different characters in a good team, and he was one of the guys. He always played hard, and he played against the best players every single night in the opposition team. He played them physical, and he was one of the guys where he was also there every single night trying to win. And I played against Footy in the World Cup a couple of times, and I ended up almost trying to fight him there. He was like, "What are you doing?" And he was an intense guy, and he meant a lot too. I think we had a good team and a good group, good setup as a team for a long time there. From when I got there until 2004, maybe we had a good group, and he definitely was one of the guys that you can count on every single night to play hard.
Hey, Peter, you had a great career, but unfortunately, it didn't end like you wanted it to. Seldom does it for any of us. But how are you health-wise? And I got to give you all the credit in the world. You really, really try to find a way to deal with your foot issues. But when it was all said and done, you couldn't overcome it.
No, that was tough. It started in maybe 2004, 2005, and I never really got it to work again. And to be honest, I struggled almost every game. I was going to, didn't know how I was going to feel, and never get up to the level I wanted to play at ever again. And groins are starting to hurt, and you get in situations in not such a good balance as you want to. It's a tough time, and I just wanted to get it fixed because once in a while I felt okay and I could perform it. And even with the bad foot there, I played at Philly. I think I had 115 points in 100 games. And I was just, get the foot right. It should be okay because the best season I had, that was the year before, and that was in the playoffs, and that's when the foot started.
Does it bother you at all today? It's not like you're walking down the street and your foot slips out of your shoe or anything?
No, absolutely not. It was just
you're okay?
Skate. Yeah. Nothing at all. Doesn't bother me at all.
Well, that's good to hear.
This is...
I had the shoulder surgery last week to fix an old mattress.
Hopefully it doesn't affect you when you're holding the cue cards for the speech. This has been really enjoyable. If before we go, can you one more just thought on Doug's coaching?
Don't mention it in the speech.
Did he ever spit gum at you, Peter?
No, but I don't know. Has he ever beaten me in the game? I don't know.
We're going to look that up.
Okay, Forsberg. I was going to congratulate you.
No, I'm just kidding.
We know.
Congrats on that.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Peter.
Yeah, really a lot of fun. And congratulations. We'll catch up with you on the weekend.
Awesome. Thank you. Good
See ya.
talking to you guys. Thanks. Bye.